Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about a new project. This is possibly a very early 100x gem. We're going to be addressing it, we're going to be talking about it, we're also going to be addressing how to buy it. I'm going to most likely make a tutorial on this very soon. So with that being said, sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask if you guys could please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course, I always do greatly appreciate it. Now, I am not sponsored or, I'm not being, paid or anything like that to make this video. This is an early gem that I have found that I do think that has a lot of upside potential, and this is Kromatika Finance. Now, we will be addressing a few things and talking about a lot of this. Now, first off, what I do want to talk to you guys about is where you could buy this. So overall, there's only a few places, and then when I say a few, there's only really two. So there's Uniswap and BKEX. I bought mine on Uniswap utilizing Polygon. Now, you do get a little bit of a better price. As you guys do see, you get it for almost 11 cents when the actual price right now is about 11 and a half. As you guys do see the price here. There's not a lot of volume on the Uniswap Polygon network. I did purchase about roughly $2,000 worth on Uniswap with Polygon. I know it's not like an incredible buy or anything like that, but it is a significant amount, and it could lead to a significant profit. You'd never have to start with a massive amount of capital. I always say you could easily turn 500 into 100,000. You could turn 500 into 10,000. You could turn 500 into even $600. Any win is a win in this game. Now, when we take a quick look at Krom, a lot of people are probably wondering, well, dude, I don't really want to buy on Uniswap because of fees. I get it, guys. Gas fees suck. But if you utilize Polygon, guess what? It does kind of alleviate the pain points of fees. But you will have to pay a few fees within, Ethereum. And let's talk about that. So within Uniswap, now I use Coinbase Wallet. You guys could use MetaMask. You guys could use whatever you want. Very easy to do. I might be making a tutorial on this. As you guys do see the price down here, you're getting it for almost 11 cents. Typically, it's actually less than the price right now that you see, again, over here. But I want to show you guys that you guys can pretty much utilize Polygon over Ethereum and escape gas fees. So when you go to Uniswap, okay, initially it's going to be an Ethereum contract. Go over here to the network and go to Polygon. Here is where you can kind of, see a lot of things change. You could use Matic or you could use USDC. It's up to you. Again, all that matters is you're going to this Polygon token bridge. Now, within this bridge, you could pretty much connect your wallet and you could transfer any Ethereum contract token to the Polygon network and utilize it for buying. And again, you escape massive gas fees. There is a few that you have to pay, aka the, pretty much bridge on, bridging your Ethereum to Polygon essentially. But it does help alleviate a ton of gas fees in general. Now, I want to show you guys how you can pretty much get this contract on the Ethereum or on the Polygon. When you are copying this address, because you're going to have to, go over here and put in the address. Like, for an example, I already have it, add it here. What you want to do is make sure you're copying the Polygon address and you're pasting it in here to add it. And it's going to say, like, contract unrecognized, or like, the address is a little bit different. It's okay. It's secure. This is from Microcap themselves. That's why I always say, stay clear on copying any sort of contract, address on like Twitter and something. Somebody could have you sending, your tokens to their wallet. So make sure you're grabbing any contracts from a trusted source like CoinMarketCap or, CoinGecko, something like that. But I know that this process is a little bit confusing. There's a ton of videos on YouTube how to do this. I can do a tutorial here shortly. After I make this video, possibly I could do one for you guys just so that you guys know how to buy. But with that in mind, we are going to be talking about why I do think that these markets that it's on right now currently are very early and could lead to some major price explosion once we do see again tier ones and things like that listing this token, which I do believe are very close. Now, as we know how to buy it, let's talk about the holders. So we are under 1,500 total addresses for this token. Just so that you guys know, let me duplicate this real quick and let's go to Uniswap. So the reason why I'm talking about Uniswap and the reason why I'm talking about any other, I'm going to be talking about 1inch as well. The reason why I bring this up is because we look at a lot of these other sort of decentralized exchanges and stuff, and kind of comparing and contrasting, you can see how early we actually are within Kromatika. Kromatika only has 1,500 almost holders or total addresses. This has 307,000, almost 308,000. 1inch, for an example, right? Now, the reason why I bring these up is because they're kind of in the same sort of category, if you will. But again, you do see the holders here. This is how early we actually are. I think that Kromatika has a very good long-term, run in it. And again, do I think that it has a lot of short-term, price in it as well? 100%. But I'm just saying, we are very early within this token. Even on the 3-month span, you guys can kind of see that right now there's a ton of accumulation happening. In terms of price, are we getting in at the earliest point? No. This started to jump out a little bit. The best time to buy this, and I'm going to completely admit it, was back in March. But I did buy recently at 10 cents. Again, you are getting a better deal on the Polygon network in terms of Uniswap than what you are actually seeing on here anyways. All-time high about 24 cents, so nearly a 2x from here. But I think that the long term here is very, very massive, and we're going to be addressing this. So let's talk about the tokenomics. So obviously this top holder addressed 12%. We're going to be addressing this. The rest of this, I think, is kind of allocated for certain things. I'm not too sure on some of these addresses as it's not transparent within, again, the tokenomics sort of area on their GitHub. So I just want you guys to understand that. Now let's talk about the team. So again, here's a few documents. So their team is fully doxed. Now the only thing that I seen that was a warning sign is that I don't believe that their entire team is doxed. It's only their core developers. Now the funny thing is that there's only 2 of them. So this is a little bit of a warning sign to me. I think that it would be so much better if their entire team was fully doxed. Again, you only see Aristocrates, I'm hoping I'm saying that name right, and Kervsky. Again, I'm probably butchering these names, but these are the only 2 that are actually doxed. The rest of the team is pretty much just kind of sitting, undoxed, if you will. But I do think that the marketing community managers are most likely, holding some of these tokens. I might be wrong. Again, we don't have that full transparency within tokenomics, but I just wanted to bring up that warning sign of, there only being 2 individuals that are fully doxed. Again, it is what it is. I decided to take a risk and buy. Again, I just want you guys all to know that any sort of buy in this market is a risk. You have the risk of losing everything. You also have the risk of making a ton of money. Please invest at your own, risk. This is not me telling you guys to buy or anything like that. I'm doing a, project breakdown. I'm not being paid for this or anything like that. I'm just trying to give you guys a little bit of an insight on a project. So always do your own research and understand the risk that you are, really kind of putting in. This is not financial advice. Now it is here, as also stated in the tokenomics section, we have burned the proof of liquidity for better security, and in order to prevent rug pull hacks, check the burn transaction here. The majority of our Krom token is in the community's hands forever. 20 million Krom tokens have been stored in a multi-signature Gnosis safe wallet and will be used solely for the project funding. Hence why 20 million of the circulating supply is gone. There's that answer there. Now, when we take a quick look at the tokenomics, we have 60 million allocated for, again, the Ethereum network, 10 million Arbitrum, 10 million for the Optimism as well. Now, here we kind of get a little bit of a breakdown on that 12%, the number 1 holding address. So at the end of 2022, Q1, we have locked 12 million Krom tokens for our commitment to the project. The tokens have been locked on Unicrypt with an average vesting of 2 years and 3 months. The details can be consulted here. And also, they did do a buyback of 600,000 Krom with a market value of 10 Ethereum at the time of execution as well. That was at the end of Q1 2022. So 20 million and also 12 million are basically gone and locked away, which is accounting for, again, 32 million, which is a pretty significant amount of the 100 million that is already out there. So I think that that is pretty interesting. Again, the 20 million is going to be for project funding, which is, again, a pretty significant amount, but I do believe in the long-term vision here. Now, here is the project. So here's their project roadmap. If you guys want, what we can do is we can kind of talk about the token first and kind of get into the roadmap. I think that that would be a little bit of a better sort of view. So the Krom token, next level decentralized exchange trading. So let's talk about why this is a pretty significant token. So obviously they do see here non-mintable ERC20 token deployed on Ethereum. So there will only be a total supply of 100 million. Like I said, in terms of the tokenomics with what this project is focused on, I think that this does have a lot of upside potential. Circulating supply, as you guys do see here, 60 million Krom tokens are already available for trading on Uniswap. So again, when we look at this, that 80 million is basically going to be split between Arbitrum and Optimism L2s in the first month of launch. Those are going to basically be, you know, that this is that 80 million fully circulating supply. But we do see our increased security for better security and in order to prevent rug pull hacks. That's basically what we just talked about in terms of the 20 million being locked away in the Gnosis safe. So that is basically a breakdown of course, just the tokenomics in general. But we will get into the use case value behind this in terms of this white paper that I do have open over here as well. So let's just dive into that. So here we have, again, here's Uniswap v3. Next generation decentralized exchange trading powered by Uniswap and Chainlink. Now, this is going to really kind of be focusing on what is happening with Uniswap. So we do see automating Uniswap v3 limit orders using Chainlink keepers. You know, in the previous post, we were explaining how to implement limit orders on Uniswap v3. If you guys missed it, limit orders are actually a pretty significant thing, especially on a few exchanges. You guys could do limit orders on Coinbase, on Binance. Basically, it allows you to buy at a certain price, sell at a certain price. So that actually is a pretty significant use case, or I shouldn't say use case, but function, if you will. And Uniswap lacks this. So Kromatika is actually, you know, really innovating further within Uniswap and giving it that function. Now, this is, I would say, a groundbreaking function, and it could allow for a lot more use of the Uniswap exchange. Sorry. Now, here we see how it works. Auditable or audited smart contracts for creating trades and processing them, all powered by Uniswap. UI for interacting with Kromatika smart contracts. Off-chain decentralized processing services responsible for active processing of the trades, powered by Chainlink keepers. Krom token utility ERC20 token used for paying the service fee. This fee is paid by the users and is used to cover the cost of the processing services. Chainlink keepers. So the Krom token is used by, again, users and also, you know, just processing fees in general. So again, it does have a lot of use behind Kromatika in general because almost every single transaction or any single, you know, trader or so on Kromatika is going to be utilizing that token. And then, of course, you do see, you know, placing a decentralized exchange trade on Kromatika is pretty simple. Go to Kromatika Finance, the app. Make sure you select the Coven test network from your MetaMask wallet. Other networks to follow. Select the token and the amount you want to sell, example 1 Ethereum. Select the token you want to receive, example USDC. Select the target price and, you know, place the trade, example target price 1 Ethereum equals 5,300 USDC. As a result of placing the trade, you will receive a unique non-fungible Kromatika trade position token. And here you guys have that trade being set up. They're basically selling, you know, 0.001 Ethereum. Target price is 5,000 DAI, and they will basically receive that in, you know, store for that. And again, this is a limit order, by the way. And then congratulations, first up done. So now what is remaining is funding your account with Krom tokens and waiting for the trade to be processed. Go to the, you know, app.Kromatika Finance to, you know, list all your active trades. Check the minimum Krom token balance needed for processing the trades. current Krom balance is lower than the minimum Krom balance, you'll need to fund your account with Krom tokens. And then of course you guys do see that breakdown here. Again, this is pretty, big, I would say, in terms of, function. I think that this really does allow, for a significant, function to be unlocked on Uniswap that a lot of individuals have probably been waiting for a very long time. You also do see the token economy here. Again, it really kind of just breaks down the tokenomics I just, talked about. And then of course, process trade. It is utilizing these sort of NFTs, if you will, which I think is actually a pretty interesting way to, do this. Hence why they were saying up here, you'll basically receive an NFT, right? A non-fungible Kromatika trade position token that you could cash in, essentially, which is pretty cool. I think it's a very cool way to really kind of go about transacting. And it really kind of shows us the future of NFTs as well. After the trade has been processed, the user, can collect the amount from it. If the trade hasn't been processed for a while, the user can also cancel it. And then you guys do see that there. This concludes the user interaction with the platform, placing trades, funding your account, claiming the amount, canceling unprocessed trades as well. And then we do see why. So when doing swaps on Uniswap v3, the user pays what is called a swap fee. That is 0.05, 0.3, or 1%. This is that slippage, if you will. When placing trades on Kromatika, the user does not pay swap fees, but pays a service fee instead. The swap fee depends on the amount being swapped, whereas the service fee is a fixed price. The actual service fee is paid in Ethereum, since this is the real cost of the processing services gas fee. However, the users always pay with Krom tokens. So not only is it very, when we're talking about cheap, right? It's very cheap, but it's also a fixed price. Krom tokens allows for a huge savings on the service fee, close to having a zero service fee. Early Krom token holders would have a huge savings on service fees because they would be buying the token cheap and pay the service fee, which is fixed, Ethereum, when its token price has increased. And again, hidden gem within the dApp, the user can choose a lower target gas price for the automatic processing of their trades, even further lowering the service fee, sacrificing some processing speed for lower service fees. And again, zero service fee, as you guys do see, will be deployed on layer 2 because of the lower gas fee. The service fee on layer 2 would be around 0.402 Ethereum. Expressed in Krom tokens, that's about $1 cent for a service fee. It could not get any cheaper. Well, it can go into earning instead of paying service fees, and that's to be discussed later on. Now, again, when we talk about the roadmap, obviously this was written before 2022. But we could take a quick look at their roadmap ahead. So just to kind of sum up what Kromatika Finance is really doing, they are finally adding limit orders to Uniswap, but they are also making it extremely affordable, making sure that the slippage fees are basically gone, and you get a fixed service fee, and you also do get the unlock of the limit orders, which is very, very big. Now, when we take a quick look at the roadmap, here is the roadmap ahead. So Q1 2022, a lot of this has already been worked on. We're actually going to be addressing this. I know that I kind of just skimmed right through it. I know, guys, it's because I have the document open over here, which gives us a breakdown on a few things. So we do see token launch November 2021, app beta launch, security audit, live on layer 2, live on Ethereum, launching dApp on Arbitrum, and now we get to the ones that we are waiting for. Enabling gasless limit trading feature, launching dApp on Polygon, adding gasless market swap feature to Kromatika protocol, launching Krom E, Kromatika v2. The funny thing is that this was not even, this is until Q2 2022. Guess what ended up happening, guys? The thing about this has already given me a lot of faith within this project. Yep, they already launched V2. Well, I shouldn't say they already launched, but it's launching on the 20th of this month. Also, guess what? They might have a potential listing on, Coinbase. This is going to be huge, okay? I mean, here's a list of projects under consideration for listing in Q2 by 2022 by Coinbase. Again, here we have Kromatika right over here. I want you guys to know right now that when we take a quick look at this and we address this, think about it like this. Kromatika has barely any volume within it. So when we take a quick look at, Coinbase listing this, what is it going to do for the volume and price? It's going to cause it to absolutely go parabolic. But guess what? It's not even only Coinbase. Imagine when this gets a few other markets listing this. Right now, it is only on Uniswap and BKEX, so there's not a lot of volume within this. So pay attention to that when we do see listings. Now, of course, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit more about this roadmap. So we do see centralized exchange listing Q2 2022, which they are looking like they are building towards all of this. Native Krom staking / yield farming, which is also going to be pretty big. That's in Q3. And then also launching of a governance token, distribution of governance token to Kromatika protocol users, and then creating a DAO. So a lot of things to really kind of look forward to here. I definitely do see Kromatika being listed on some high tier exchanges. Now let's talk about where Kromatika is really kind of positioned and where they can go to. So again, when we take a quick look at Kromatika, we do see here limit orders on decentralized exchanges as found in 1-inch sushi suffer from one big issue: delay. More often than not, limit orders on those protocols are not filled on time, missing the opportunity. Kromatika Finance uses its Krom utility token to make sure limit orders are always filled on time. This is why this is actually a pretty big innovation. We do see here Uniswap v3 is an innovation, but still heavily underestimated, and DeFi users and developers don't get it. Kromatika Finance tries to bring innovation in using Uniswap v3's feature, concentrated liquidity, and again, single-sided liquidity to build innovative limit orders. Uniswap v3 has a closed license for 2 years, preventing protocols to clone it during that time. This license expires in a year, and we see a lot of Uniswap v3 clones next year, all having concentrated liquidity features. So this is going to be pretty big. Now, let's address where Kromatika is really kind of positioned and where they can go. So, $3.1 billion market cap. A 321x sitting at $37.31. How did I get this price? Well, we're kind of going off of 1 inch's all-time high. So if you guys did not know, here's that all-time high sitting at about $7 and almost 50 cents. Kind of going off of like roughly, I think that this is like $7 and like 30 some cents. Yeah, $7.40. So that's kind of just going off of that. But let's see, where this could really kind of be positioned. With what this is doing for Uniswap, I think that this is a very disruptive asset. In the top 100 alone, okay, it would only have a market cap of roughly almost $1 billion. That is something that's easily achievable in this market. When we take a quick look at that, this would have a 107x opportunity. Now, I want you guys to know that this is not going to happen overnight, but I'm just saying that if we take a look at this, I mean, this is something pretty significant. Okay, and, we kind of compare and contrast it to other things like, for an example, like Sushi Swap, right? Now, Sushi Swap is 136th in terms of its rank, but it's still a 68x, $7.70. That's a pretty significant price jump. Just to give you guys an idea, that's $68,000 on a $1,000 investment. Okay, so think about it like that. Okay, and when we take a look at even like $500 in terms of an investment, the upside here, on just some smaller positions is pretty significant. I could see this easily hitting, at least a $1 billion market cap, hence why I was kind of going off of the top 100 list. Now, like I said, when we take a look at even like, for example, Pax Dollar, right? This would be the $1 billion market cap, $12.23, a 109x. That is something that I could see. That's a conservative range for Kromatika. Obviously, it's a still very early, stage asset. So this is not going to happen overnight, but I definitely see this in terms of the long-term view. I could easily see this hitting this. It's 100 million in terms of its circulating supply. So even if this hit, the top 50, that is life-changing wealth. You know, we're talking about a 292x. If it gets positioned around like Uniswap, we'll just say like maybe like 35, right? I mean, look at the upside potential on this because it's such a low cap gem. Now, again, this is long term. Initially, if we're talking about like the short term of this, I could easily see this at like $2 plus, maybe even $4 plus. So again, upside here is, pretty high, I would say. With that in mind, always do your own research, always have your exit plans and stuff like that. Again, none of this is financial advice, but I hope that kind of gives you a breakdown on this asset and why I did purchase it. I just think that the upside here is, massive, especially considering the fact that, it is a very, microcap gem. It's not on a lot of exchanges at all. As you guys do see, it's not on like pretty much any exchange. So I think that the possibility of this being listed on Coinbase combined with what it's actually doing and also the development that has been happening with the mainnet launch, or V2 launch, sorry, on the 20th of this month, I think that a lot of the strides that the team's making is pretty significant. So I definitely put a little bit of hope, or I should say a lot of hope behind the team. That is at least docs, because that is a concerning factor. I just wish that the entire team was docs. But with that in mind, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.